Midlife looks full from the outside. Kids grown, more freedom, less chaos. But nobody tells you that it also holds a lot of hard things, both at the same time. I'm learning that the secret isn't choosing joy over sorrow, it's learning to make room for both. So today I'm sharing what I'm learning and loving in this empty nest. And no, none of it is on an Amazon list. The older I get, the more I learn that joy and sorrow can coexist. It doesn't seem to be all good or all bad. When we were younger, we felt like we wanted to just get to those good seasons. But in midlife, it just seems like it's a combination. For instance, one of our favorite gym teachers that we all love, she's motivated us so many times. She's losing her battle with cancer. Another friend of mine lost her son unexpectedly this winter. I've had friends that have unexpected job losses. We're dealing with aging parents. More and more as we get older, we get a diagnosis from the doctor that we don't necessarily like. There's a lot of hard, but also a lot of joy. Our oldest daughter, Taylor, is getting married at the end of the summer, so that is super fun. All the celebrations that lead up to that. And our girls' friends are of the age to get married and have kids, so we're getting to go to a lot of weddings and showers, and it's just such a joyful season. Brady and I get to travel a lot more because our schedules are freer, our finances are a little bit better, and we have the freedom to schedule fun whenever we want because we're not bound by school schedules and volunteering events and all that like we used to. So, yes, there's hard, but there's also good. Here recently, Brady and I both had a parent in the hospital, so we were dealing with that. I had a wedding shower of one of my daughter's best friends. And then we had a birthday celebration for our family where our girls came over for dinner. We laughed, played games. It felt like we were having whiplash from hard things to good things, back and forth. And I feel like that's becoming more and more common the older we get. And I have figured out that when a season feels super heavy, because sometimes it's heavier than others, I really have to lean into a gratitude practice. Purposely writing down a few things each day that I'm grateful for. Not the big things like family and house or whatever. It's the little things where I see God working in my life. Maybe it's even simple as beautiful weather in the day, or one of my girls called or texted me, or I got to laugh with a friend on the phone. It's those little pockets of joy during the day. If you notice them and are thankful for them, you start to see more and more of them. And that has gotten me through a lot of hard seasons. So, yes, joy and sorrow can coexist, but you really have to be purposeful and seek out that joy. Another thing I've learned about being an empty nester is it finally allows for a simpler, easier routine. Brady and I have gotten into a great habit of meal prepping our breakfast and sometimes lunches. And then dinners are just simple meals, protein and a vegetable. And we don't miss, or at least I don't miss, all the cooking and coordinating and meal planning. It's a whole lot of dinners on repeat. And we sit down to a simple meal. We get to catch up on the day. And a lot of times after dinner, we'll play cards or Yahtzee and then go outside and play with our puppy Sadie, who's also brought us a lot of joy. It also has allowed us to kind of date more. We don't have to wait for that special date night. We can turn running errands together into a simple date, playing outside with the puppy, meeting friends for dinner. All of it just feels that much sweeter because it was so hard to get that time together when we were raising kids. I loved the season of raising our girls and having them home, but I don't miss the crazy weeknights of getting everyone to where they need to go, coordinating when we can all eat dinner, and getting to a booster club or a PTA meeting. Now, Brady and I tell ourselves all the time, we get to do what we want. We're really enjoying just having fun together. I'm also learning in this emptiness season how to adjust from parenting kids to parenting adult kids. You go from full court press, managing their schedules, giving them advice, making sure they get everything done. And once they become adults, you've got to back off. Only give advice when asked. And really, your job is to be their cheerleader and delight in watching them make mistakes, but also in all their successes. I love when they share with me their successes at work or what's going on in their life. And I especially love when they choose to spend time with us. I do not take that for granted. I am not going to be that parent that guilt trips them into coming and seeing us. And I've given them permission if I ever encroach on that to call me out on it. I want to be the easy parent that they want to come spend time with. I love that I'm getting to spend time with Taylor planning her wedding, and she actually is asking me my opinion on things. Mother's Day weekend, it was so fun to see all of them. And on Mother's Day afternoon, Taylor was busy, but Lauren and Caitlin came over and they let me teach them to play mahjong. And we just laughed together and just enjoyed each other's company. I love adult kids. It's kind of like you can step back and just delight in them. There's no more responsibility for how they turned out. You just get to watch and see them blossom. Tell me in the comments, what are you learning about yourself in this season? Now, one of my favorite questions to ask my friends is, what are you doing for fun? What's bringing you joy? Unlike a lot of influencers' videos, I don't care what you're buying. I don't need an Amazon wish list. I want to know what's lighting you up in case I want to add it to my routine. So I'm going to share a few things that I'm loving right now, and please share if you have other ideas. I notice that the more our world is getting more technology driven, I'm pulling back from that and finding joy in more simple routines, things we used to enjoy, like reading a magazine on the back porch. I resubscribed to Southern Living, and I'm just sitting there reading a magazine, flipping through the pages. No apps distracting me or technology taking my attention somewhere else. I'm also remembering how much I enjoyed reading in the summer. I loved sitting on my aunt's back porch on her swing and just getting lost in a book. Recently, I just got on my Kindle 100 Ways to a Happier Life or something like that by Dick Van Dyke, and that is fun to read. I'm just enjoying reading. Reading is more pleasurable than scrolling to me. I enjoy walking my puppy Sadie in the morning. No headphones in, listening to the birds, watching the kids rush off to school, watching the sunrise, just having time with my thoughts before the day gets started. It's such a simple pleasure, but I'm really enjoying it. Also, I remember I used to just like to window shop. I would like browsing home goods, smelling the candles, looking at their decorations, and probably not even buying anything, just enjoying looking. Maybe picking up one of my favorite coffees to make running errands a little more enjoyable. It's just fun to get back to the basics, things that we used to have fun doing before we got our iPhones. Some other things that I'm enjoying on a weekly or monthly basis, every Tuesday night I get to play Mahjong at our local rec center. I love playing games, and this has been such an unexpected joy. Learning, it's a little complicated at first, but learning to play it and then just talking with new women every week, just enjoying that time. And that 2.5 hours goes by so fast, and we've never picked up our phone. I get to play pickleball on a regular basis, and coming from someone that wasn't quite an athlete, this has been such a fun add to my schedule. I get to exercise and have fun. I've also gotten better at scheduling either lunch or dinner with friends and catching up. Always, instead of saying, oh, let's get together, I'm putting it on the calendar. Another thing I'm loving is my monthly massage. I exercise a lot. I tell you how important that is a lot. And getting that massage is the way I work out that soreness and continue to be able to exercise like I want to. And finally, I like to have things on my calendar that I'm looking forward to. Of course, we have Taylor's wedding, we have a few vacations. I know we're going to go kayaking and maybe to a farmer's market this summer. I like to be able to look forward to things as well as enjoy my weekly schedule. Midlife is full of hard things and full of good things. Your job is to look for the good and be really grateful for it. Joy doesn't just happen. You have to make space for it. And if you're in the season of watching your parents age and are struggling with that, you'll want to watch this video here where I share some of the lessons that I've learned along the way.